This is definitely true that on Sunday of the 1st of October 2023 I attended very much the Eastbourne Wheels on the Waterfront 2023 event. Goodness me, was it brilliant. It was a brilliant event. And until I went to the very event itself, lo and behold, little did I know the event happened more than once every year, on the first Sunday of every month until October of every year annually, starting from I think about April until about October every year apparently. This really did greatly surprise me, I must say. It really, really did deeply, greatly surprise me when learning about all of this, you know. And so it was really actually quite extraordinary when I found out about all of this, you know. And I think next time I go to Worthing Wheels on the Waterfront, which is I'm definitely going to go again in 2024, and I'm certainly looking forward to going there again in 2024, and you know, just got to be careful of the owner. I ran into a classic car owner. I mean, we were okay, we don't have anything against each other, but she was like, "Oh, you're there again, are you?" I was like, "Oh, well, yes, I mean, I said, I hope you have nothing against me." He was like, "Oh, no." It was sort of like, you know, a heated moment. Not like bad heated moment. You're like, no, what are you doing? That sort of thing. We weren't being serious. We were just sort of kidding each other, really. But I think in a way we sort of formed a bond, because then I saw him a week later at Hastings Classic Car Show, and he was like, "I was wondering where you were." You know, he wasn't being serious, you know, he wasn't like cross with me or anything. He was just surprised that I could spend such a long time taking photographed pictures and videography footage of a classic car event. I think that just surprised him quite deeply. Sorry. Sorry about that. Never mind, it should be alright now. And yes, but eventually I'm going to have to get it cut, because it's starting to get a little overgrown, my hair is. Oh, never mind. Yeah, they should be good for another few more weeks and then get it done. Yeah. Sorry, that was completely irrelevant, but well, you know, we were okay. We were not being silly, but it did remind me of something, this encountering I had with a particular classic car owner. I said, well, you know, this does remind me of something quite funny. He was like, "Oh, what's that?" I was like, it reminds me of the Shaq and Kevin Hart moment. And then I ended up showing him the video of when Kevin Hart gets arrested by Shaquille O'Neal, the basketball player. And my goodness, the video is just so funny. And every moment of the video I showed to the classic car owner, he was bursting with laughter when I showed him the video. I thought he was going to wet his pants with laughter because he was laughing so much. Both of us were just laughing every moment of the video I showed him. So in a way we had a sort of bond we'd formed, you know, to some extent really. We just went nuts together. We had quite a blast when I showed him the very video. Despite the toughening, roughening side he had. I mean, he wasn't serious when expressing the toughening, roughening side, you know. But it wasn't. But rest assured, he did not arrest or detain me in the way Shaq arrests and detains Kevin Hart. In the video I had showed him, this did not happen to me, luckily. You know. But could you imagine if I was in a comedy sketch where I get arrested by Shaquille O'Neal. Oh, I would find it terrifyingly scary, because not only is Shaq so tall, at over 7 feet, a full 7 foot. Well, he's over 7 foot. He's about 7'1", I think. But he's not only so tall, but he's so huge as well. If my mother, I actually asked my mother because I actually showed her the video of Kevin Hart getting arrested by Shaq, although it was really a comedy sketch video. I asked her, how would you feel, Mum, if you got arrested by Shaq, or, well, if he got pulled over and arrested by Shaq? My mother responded by saying, I would say anything you say, because he is so huge. Let alone so tall. That's what she would say, as my mother is not a very big person. Well, smaller than I am, both in height and weight, you know, and if she got confronted by Shaq for a potential driving offence, she would just be like, anything you say to Shaq, because of his not only extremely tall height, but because he is so huge as well. But that's beside the point. In terms of this very video for Eastbourne Wheels on the Waterfront, this is the Imagery Picture View slideshow video for it. This time the telephone photographs I shot, the pictures I shot on my smart telephone of the Eastbourne Wheels on the Waterfront event itself. You know, just to say, I did my videography footage featuring the Eastbourne Wheels on the Waterfront event itself, and I also did the Imagery Picture View slideshow videography footage itself, all shot on the camcorder. But I did also shoot some additional photographed pictures, that is, on my smart telephone. And once I did that, I thought, I think it'd be best to edit all the telephone pictures as a video format, as I've done with some other videos and all that, And, because it's always an additional thing to upload of some good fond memories, and I think it's good. But if I can, in 2024, come 2024, I will certainly try and attend Eastbourne Wheels on the Waterfront twice in 2024, or if not twice, it will only be once. And just to say, but it's alright. I'm certainly far more than happy to attend Eastbourne Wheels on the Waterfront once or twice in 2024, but what matters to me the most is when I go. If I go is what matters to me the most come 2024, and I'm so looking forward to going there again. I mean, despite the roughening relationship, though really we got along okay, but we were just. It wasn't serious roughening relationship. It was just a bit of kidding around, really, if you know what I mean, with myself and the classic car owner. I was a little bit visibly intimidated, but I was just really hiding it with personality, just to act with confidence, but not too much, otherwise I would be seen as being cocky, and that would probably get me into serious trouble. Because he was a big guy, the man, and plus he was tall. He wasn't as tall as Shaq, luckily, because had he been as tall as Shaq, he wouldn't be able to fit into his classic convertible car, But he was over 6 foot, almost certainly. He was about 6'1", something like that. So not quite as tall as Tommy Gardner, and I don't think he had the huge feet Tommy Gardner has. I would assume he probably took a size 10, size 11 UK shoe size, something like that, given his tall height. Whereas Tommy Gardner, on the other hand, this might be a slight teensy little bit of irrelevance, but if I dare might point out, Tommy Gardner once did point out to me in about 2022, saying he was 6'2" and took a shoe size 13 UK. And then fairly recently he ended up saying, I'm 6'3" and I take a shoe size 15. And if he ended up saying, I'm 6'4" and I take a shoe size 17, I would probably end up saying, okay, Tommy, I think you're pulling my leg, aren't you? One time you said you were at a size 13 at 6'2", and then you said again you're at a size 15 at 6'3", and now you're saying you're at a size 17 at 6'4". Well, that's if it did happen. But if it did happen, I'd say, I know you're not. I know you're not trying to do anything intentionally bad. I know you're trying to joke around and all that, Tommy. But I'm pretty certain you're pulling my leg. That's what I would say. I wouldn't say it crossly or anything, but I would just say it politely and all that, you know. But I'd have to see what Tommy Gardner has to say about this if he'd watched this video. Never mind, sorry about the irrelevance. But I'm certainly looking forward to going to Eastbourne Wheels on the Waterfront 2024. Going there again in 2024, most certainly. And without further ado, let's see these photographed pictures that were shot on my smart telephone, as a result being the very Imagery picture view slideshow video rolling into action.
A British tar is a soaring soul, as free as a mountain bird. His energetic fist should be ready to resist a dictatorial word. His nose should pan, and his lips should curl. His cheek should flame, and his brow should turn. His bosom should ease, and his heart should glow. And his fist be ever ready for a knock. His nose should bend, and his lips should curl. His cheek should flame, and his brow should turn. His bosom should heave, and his heart should glow. And his fist be ever ready for a knock down low. His eyes should flash with an inborn fire, his brow with scorn be wrung. He never should bow down to a domineering frown, or the tang of a tyrant's tongue. His foot should stamp, and his throat should growl. His hair should twirl, and his face should scowl. His eyes should flash, and his breast protrude. And this should be his customary attitude. His foot should stamp, and his throat should growl. His hair should twirl, and his face should scowl. His eyes should flash, and his breast protrude. And this should be his customary attitude. His attitude, his attitude, his attitude.
Nothing could beat a good classic car show event. The Eastbourne Wheels on the Waterfront Car Show event is certainly no exception. It is, like all classic car events I've attended, truly enchanting. And my goodness me, I just love classic car events so much that, and in the whole of my life, I couldn't be more thankful. In all my life I've been living all those years of my lifetime, and I'm truly thankful in a lasting lifetime to have found out about these truly enchanting classic car events. I really am most certainly looking forward to going to Eastbourne Wheels on the Waterfront again in 2024, including Eastbourne Magnificent Motors 2024. Thanks all everybody for watching, and I shall certainly see you in the very next video. Ta-ta, another time. Here is to Eastbourne Wheels on the Waterfront 2024, and really a special thanks to David Scott, who has gotten me into these classic car events, and really I just got torn into it. I just ended up throwing in the torn opportunities to going. Thanks all for watching. Ta-ta, another time. From Foxy.